Imagine, if you will, a fractured world, cobbled together from disparate pieces of countless planets floating in the boundless void. This was Battleworld, the Beyonder's grand, unsettling experiment from the secret wars of 1984. Heroes and villains, plucked from Earth, found themselves unwitting participants in a cosmic struggle, their very existence a pawn in an unfathomable game. And among them, a figure in crimson and violet, radiating an aura of formidable power and unwavering resolve, Magneto. For decades, Eric Lensher had been a titan of mutant supremacy, a sworn enemy of humanity, a force of nature bent on ensuring the survival and dominance of his kind, no matter the cost. When he appeared on Battleworld, alongside villains like Dr. Doom, Kang, Ultron, and Galactus himself, the heroes present, Captain America, Iron Man, Thor, Spider-Man, and so many more, braced for the inevitable. Here was the arch-villain, the embodiment of mutant hatred for mankind, ready to unleash his fury. Their perceptions of him were set in stone, forged in countless battles and ideological clashes. Magneto was the antagonist, plain and simple. But Battleworld was anything but simple, and what unfolded there began a quiet rebellion, not just against the heroes, but against Magneto's own ingrained philosophy. Instead of immediately aligning himself with the villains in Dr. Doom's coalition, instead of launching an immediate offense against the gathered human heroes, Magneto did something profoundly uncharacteristic. He observed. He remained aloof, a third party in a conflict he had not sought, a silent, powerful enigma amidst the chaos. This neutrality was utterly perplexing to the heroes. Captain America, ever the strategist, watched with a furrowed brow, searching for the hidden agenda, the inevitable betrayal. Iron Man's scanners registered no overt hostility, only immense power held in check. Thor, perhaps, sensed a deeper turmoil. Why was the Master of Magnetism not seizing this unprecedented opportunity to assert his dominance? Why was he not joining the grand alliance of villains, or carving out his own dominion? Then came the moment that truly fractured the hero's long-held assumptions, a moment born not of grand strategy, but of immediate, desperate need. During a skirmish, the Wasp, Janet Van Dyne, found herself severely injured and vulnerable. Rather than exploit her weakness, rather than allow her to perish as an inconsequential human, Magneto intervened. He offered assistance, using his powers not to crush, but to soothe, to mend, to protect. He even sheltered her within his stronghold, tending to her injuries with a strange, almost detached care. It was not kindness as the heroes understood it, it was something far more nuanced and unsettling. This act, this unexpected detour from his established path of villainy, forced Magneto into a profound internal monologue. His long-held beliefs, so rigid and unyielding, began to encounter unexpected resistance within his own mind. On Battleworld, stripped of the societal structures that fueled the human-mutant divide, what truly separated them? They all bled, they all suffered, they all yearned for home. They all fought for survival against an alien, impersonal force. He began to muse, not just outwardly to the Wasp, but to himself, deep within the fortress of his mind. He observed the heroes, these so-called baseline humans, exhibiting courage, self-sacrifice, and a fierce will to live, qualities he had always attributed primarily, if not exclusively, to mutants. He saw them mourn, he saw them hope, he saw them struggle against despair, mirroring the very emotions he knew mutants possessed. In this crucible of cosmic conflict, the superficial differences of genetics seemed to dissolve, leaving only the raw, shared experience of sentience, of vulnerability, of being. They are, one might imagine him pondering, not so different from us after all, when faced with true oblivion. This was a shocking thought for the mutant supremacist, a direct challenge to the very foundation of his worldview. His philosophical musings, once honed to justify dominance, now began to uncover commonalities. It wasn't about the power to manipulate metal or the ability to fly or emit optic blasts. It was about the shared predicament of existence itself. This forced introspection allowed for a deeper exploration of his character beyond the simple hero-villain dynamic. He wasn't good, certainly not in the traditional sense, but he wasn't predictably evil either. He was a being of immense power grappling with existential questions, a complex individual whose convictions were being tested by circumstances far beyond his control. He chose to remain a third party, not out of indifference, but perhaps out of a dawning realization that the conflict between human and mutant, while paramount on Earth, was rendered trivial by the Beyonder's vast, uncaring gaze. When the Secret Wars finally ended and all were returned to their respective homes, the heroes carried with them a new, unsettling understanding of Magneto. He returned to being their antagonist, yes, but he was no longer just the one-dimensional zealot they had once perceived. They had seen a glimpse behind the crimson helmet, a momentary crack in the armor of his ideology. They had witnessed his capacity for nuance, his unexpected actions, and perhaps his own internal struggle. The seed of complexity had been planted, influencing future interactions and opening the door for more intricate character development for decades to come. Magneto's quiet rebellion against himself during the Secret Wars wasn't about changing sides, but about challenging his own core identity. It was a profound moment that stripped away the layers of long hatred and exposed a surprising common ground, not just between heroes and villains, but within the very heart of a man who had sworn to never acknowledge it. What do you remember most about Magneto's role in the original Secret Wars? Did his actions surprise you too? Share your thoughts and reflections in the comments below. We'd love to hear your perspective on this truly pivotal moment in comic book history. Sound of gentle ambient music swells slightly, then fades out.